Well, the intro's the coolest part. Hi, and welcome to DRM Gamecast Episode 3. I'm your host, Randall19, and with me today, I got Mr. Black Magic. Say hi, Mr. Black Magic.
Hi, Mr. Black Magic.
Also with me today, as usual, Mr. DOA Head. How's those good achievements working out for you today, DOA? Pretty good?
Pretty shitty. Nothing's popping.
Oh, and our special guest this week, Mr. xRogue X5 something. Or we just call him Rogue, or Penis for short. What up, Rogue?
Penises!
See, Magic, that's how you do an intro.
Alright, well, first of all, two things I wanted to talk about right away that some viewers posted. One was our old podcast name idea. DOA, you want to tell the story? Quick version.
No, not really. I'll just say the name if you want.
You gotta have a little bit of context. You can't just tell them that no one will get it.
Pandora thinks Magic's half an asshole. And, you know.
Oh, you suck at storytelling.
That was stupid. Essentially, Magic likes to argue, right? And whenever Pan's in a party, she likes to argue too, but she always pulls these statistics out of her ass. Right?
Right,
like literally out of her ass.
Literally.
So she'll say, like,
women feel more
statistically
with their
speaking,
hearts.
women feel more with their hearts, which is how could you even quantify that, right? But she believes that, and she also one of the ideas for the podcast was titled "Statistically Speaking,"
Yep.
which
But
is
we
an
opt
interesting
against
name, but it really doesn't tell you anything about the show. So, you know.
What do you think,
I can't
Rogue?
get
Do
the
you like it?
mental- I can't get the mental image of Pan just like squatting over a coffee table and just shitting out statistics. Hold on a second, guys. Let me,
But see, she would use it the wrong way though. That's what irked me, because she would just be like, "Oh well, statistically speaking, Titanfall is better than Call of Duty." It's like random shit that she would just preface by saying, "Statistically speaking."
But that name totally doesn't work.
Well, you left out the part where she got kind of mad. She was like, "No, I like you guys. Well, one of you is kind of an asshole, like half an asshole." And Magic's like, "Oh, you mean me?" Like,
I knew she was
Yep, it's
talking
you.
about me.
Yeah, she's like, "Yep, it's you."
Hey, but he went from a half an asshole to like 15% an asshole. So
Yeah, a fourth
all
or
good.
something like that. So that's good. I accept that. I'll be a fourth.
But we opted against that because it just didn't even remotely sound gaming related. And we thought it should sound gaming related. Statistically speaking, I mean,
That was more of an
Doesn't
inside
relate.
joke for us.
yeah, I was to say, but I mean, anybody who was on Libsyn or whatever searching podcasts would just be like, "What the fuck is that?" and just keep going, you know.
They'd be like,
podcast about
statistics at all.
statistics.
yeah, I know. They'd be like, "Yuck, math podcast." Moving on. All right. Well, the first big news that we'll get into is EA announced their EA Access program,
Yeah, get on that EA hype train.
which is
Some people are excited for it, and then ran shit all over it.
$5 a month or $30 annually. You can play all EA games, all
I don't
digital
think it's
games.
all.
Well, okay, well,
Yeah.
all that they have available right now, for the
Except
beta.
not Plants vs Zombies and not Titanfall. And
Oh wait,
Or-
so it's like they pick and
Not
choose.
UFC.
It's not their,
Well, it's a
not their
beta.
life.
It's gonna be a beta to start off with. It's FIFA, Madden, Peggle, and Battlefield to start with. And then it says you also get early access to trials of games
Yeah.
for the new Madden, new NHL, new FIFA, new Live, and Dragon Age.
it should also be noted that PlayStation passed on this.
Yep.
Yeah, they're trying anything to get people to play that Battlefield.
So
Well, it
we-
seems like they passed on
sounds
it.
like Microsoft's trying anything to fucking stay in the battle.
Oh boy, here we go with the 3-1.
I'm just saying, EA's like, here, Sony, we have this idea. We're gonna put this service on your network, and Sony's like, the fuck you are? Get that shit out of here.
Well, it's because they got their PlayStation Now thing. They don't want competition from within their own box, it seems
well,
like.
PlayStation also referenced that PlayStation Plus memberships are up 200% since the launch of PS4, And they don't think
Which is,
asking their fans for an additional $5 a month for EA-specific program represents good value.
And here, I'll shit on Sony real fast anyway, so it's balanced. That statistic they use is bullshit and misleading because they hid multiplayer behind PlayStation Plus for this generation. So of course, if you want to play multiplayer, you gotta subscribe to PlayStation Plus.
Which would
So
explain why it suddenly went up so much.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bullshit statistic. It's true, but they don't tell you why. It's
Well,
true,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, no.
So that's why
It's
I
like,
don't like.
see,
that's
everybody loves us now. It's like, no, you're making them pay for multiplayer now.
That's why I don't like statistics. The numbers might be right, but it's bullshit behind
But
it.
let's break this down. Let's break this down, shall we?
Oh,
I
boy.
told DOA first about this. I said it was a terrible value, right? Now, like today, if you haven't played those 4 games, well, if you played those games, it's terrible value. Now, 2 years from now, when there's like 10 games in the vault or 15 games in the vault, it'd be a great value because then you have access to 15 games you can play at any point in time, right? Then it becomes, the value is a lot more. But like, think about it like this. So you give EA $30, right, for the year. To make that money back, you have to buy 5 full-priced, digital-only retail games from them to break even. So that means you'd have to buy FIFA on demand for $54. You'd have to buy NHL for $54. You'd have to buy Dragon Age for $54, NBA for $54, and Madden for $54.
Well, you also
And
get
you
the
make your money
DLC
back.
and like season passes off too, though.
Well, 10% though, but 10% is really not a lot when you're at the low numbers. Like if a DLC is $5, 10% of $5 is 50 cents. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds good, but it's really not. It's the 10% is only good like when the higher you go. And even still, this is like a total win-win for EA, because they're the only ones who benefit out of this. They're willing to give you access to these old games that don't sell anymore, right? Like, they're at the end of their fucking life cycle, so essentially they're like, all right, we'll get people to play this, and maybe those people that play it will buy DLC for the game, right? And even at the 10%, the DLC is not really that much cheaper. Like, I think Peggle has DLC for $2, so 10% of 2 is what, 20 cents? So they get it for like $1.80. So now EA's looking at like, we might be able to sell DLC to people who never would have played those games in the first place, so they make money, right? So then you look at the games coming out. So you buy it digitally, you're forced into EA's ecosystem. Like, you're forced to buy digital. So you're paying them $54 when a cost for a digital game should be in like the 40s. So they're essentially making money hand over fist. I mean, you say, well, you know, if I buy all the EA games or whatever, like that's a win for me. But I would say not really, because you might as well just go to Best Buy and get the Gamers Club thing for $60 for 2 years, and they give you 20% off new releases, and they give you fucking $10 for pre-order of that stuff. So if you're talking about saving money,
okay.
you know,
So it's not like
that's,
a here you paid for the thing, like a Netflix kind of thing.
It's you pay $5 a month and you have access to whatever games they put in their vault. Now we obviously don't know what games are going to be in the vault, or if brand new games that come out automatically get put in there, you know. But
No, they don't.
They will. It's
I would
EA.
say, no, they won't.
Like,
This
in
is EA we're
theory, I
talking
really
about.
like this idea. Like, oh, that's cool. Like, can cut through all that GameStop nonsense, and maybe games will come down, and that's really neat. But
But
you
you
know,
know,
guys talk about
you
it,
know,
the less it
EA will
sounds
just
awesome.
because I mean, think about it. I mean, yeah, it sounds good in principle. Like, oh, games as a service. Like, maybe if you worked a system where, like, in November you paid $5,
well, see,
and
that's
then you
what I
used the
was
10%
thinking.
discount and got everything. But even still, it's like Magic. You have the Gamers Club from Best Buy for $60.
Yeah.
You could go buy all those games for 20% off, so $48 brand new, plus $10 for a pre-order coupon that they give you. Plus you get rewards coupons that that add up. So you get more value towards that than you would ever from this.
The only
And
good
then,
use of this I can see is if you say you've never played FIFA, Madden, Peggle, Battlefield. You've never played a couple of them, and you just paid $5 a month, just $5 down, and then just blitz through all of them and just play them all in that one month, and then cancel your membership.
That's why I said I think it would be a better value 2 years from now when there's like 10 games in the vault or 15 games in the vault.
Yeah.
Well, that's assuming that they don't remove some
Well,
games.
yeah.
Well, no, they
that's-
said games will never be removed from the vault.
And
Well,
then,
yeah,
like,
but they
continuing
probably will be
down
shutting down
Well, I was
servers
gonna
in a
say
couple of
Battlefield
years.
4
True.
servers will be down. So
And then continuing down Rand's dark vision, I could see EA doing some nonsense where like, this game is exclusive to our service, or here's some exclusive DLCs that you're kind of forced into their nonsense thing if you want to play those games or get that content.
Yeah, well, that's like the.
Well, did you even mention the fact that you could play the games 5 days early though?
well, yeah, but
Yeah,
see,
I mean,
that
you could
that
play-
just says it's a trial of the game though, because I don't even know if that. I mean, obviously, if you're looking forward to stuff like Madden, then then you'll benefit from it. You get to, but is that a trial of the game, as in just basically an early demo, or do you?
Well, they said each game's different. Like they're all gonna be the full version of the game, but some of them might be like a section, like a section of the game, or like Dragon Age. They said will probably be the full version, and if however far you can get in the 5 days is however far you can get. But then something like NHL might only be like a couple modes with a couple teams or some shit. But they did say like the progress you make in your games do transfer over to the full versions, but then you have to actually buy the full versions.
Well, they said you could
I
get
know,
achievements,
Hard to
but
recover
it was
one's
unclear.
love of Dragon Age.
Well, it was unclear if the achievements unlock during that 5-day period or if they unlock when you buy the game 5 days later, and they're just stored.
Yeah, and I don't trust Microsoft's Xbox One achievement app lately. So
Oh yeah. welcome to the achievement apocalypse.
even if you could get like Madden and get all the achievements beforehand, and they somehow don't pop, what's to say they will pop whenever they're supposed to? You know, because the achievement app in this thing is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's been
How long
so
have you been
broken.
waiting on your Call of Duty one?
12 days now.
Yeah.
Counting
Same
the
here.
days.
Going on 2 weeks.
I haven't even
Yep.
talked to Magic. Last night I stopped playing Magic because I had like 6 not unlock in Lego The Hobbit. And then I got on Titanfall today. First achievement didn't pop, so I was like, well, I'm done for the day.
Well, hell, I had an achievement glitch today in Trials Fusion DLC. One of them didn't unlock.
Which one on Titanfall? Did you do it? I mean, how early did you get on there before the achievements? were
No,
actually
it was
uploaded?
probably about 2. It had been out for a couple hours. And I played my first match on like Dig Site, and we won. And there's an achievement for your first victory. Plus, you're supposed to get progress for like, that's the one where you need like 50 kills. So there should have been progress towards the 50 kills. Nothing. That one didn't pop, and I got no progress towards like
I
the
don't know
game.
that just makes me think you got on there a little too early, because when I got on
So
there,
it's just a coincidence that nothing's been popping?
I mean, I've been playing it. I was playing it for a few
Have you even been
hours.
following this then? Because everybody's been talking about it. Like, there's been stories everywhere about everybody's achievements not unlocking Sam had 11 not unlocking Sniper Elite last night.
Well, it's
And then-
just
and then
a
they pop, like,
coincidence that all
3 or
mine
4
are
hours
working.
later.
All mine are working fine.
He's got that
I got-
special industry protection.
I got 2 achievements in Trials, but one of them glitched, so I should have 3, but I don't yet because I thought
Well,
it was
I
okay
mean-
to play because I thought it was fixed, but apparently not.
Sounds like it's time to load up your PS4, boys.
So I'm just saying, like, yeah. So you because like this is just like what EA is doing is essentially just a evolution of their season ticket they had on the 360.
Yeah,
Because you could play those games early.
Did anyone
stuff,
even
and-
use that? I don't know anyone who actually.
I
bought
mean,
that.
I know people who did, but I didn't. Because it was like $30 to play stuff early. Well, who gives
Those
a
people
shit.
drive to school in special buses that are usually shorter than everyone else's.
Well, I mean,
You know,
problem was if you didn't like sports.
for the people out there
games.
that think if you can subscribe for $5 and get all the DLC, it's not true. This is
Oh,
EA
no.
we're talking about.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna, you're not gonna
Like-
get the DLC.
You
Like,
get
I'll wait and
10%
see how
off
this
if you buy
turns
the
out.
DLC. But yeah, Rogue, you're right though. I could totally see some dark thing where like EA's like,
oh yeah.
hey, you get a month early access to this DLC if you have EA access, or hey, this game is totally exclusive to EA access. Got to be an EA
They
access
tried
member
so
to get
hard
it.
during the when they were hyping Origin. Man, they were cramming that piece of crap down our throats.
Oh, we have exclusive achievements only if you're a member of EA access.
Yeah.
And then don't forget, other publishers will follow suit. Now that Microsoft has let EA do it, I think it's a matter of time before Ubisoft
Well,
does
see,
their
that's
own.
the thing. I don't know. You're kind of going down a dark road with this, because what if this turns out to be where now you can't even own EA games? You just have to rent them. Like, you can't you literally can't buy them. You can't go to the store. You can't purchase them without having EA
What, like
access.
you can only buy them digitally or something?
Well, yeah, it's like basically like if you have to have EA
That's what all of them want,
access.
to cut GameStop out of it.
Yeah, you have to have EA access to download the game, and then once your EA access, you don't renew it, then you don't have access to those games anymore. It's basically.
But it's funny because if you actually use the EA Hub, because I have the, in the preview program, so I got the code. Like if you try to buy something through the EA Access Hub, it just takes you to the Microsoft Store. Like it's not like anything special. It's just like a front hub for it, where you make sure you get your discounts and stuff. See, like Sony, they told them to fuck off because Sony's vision is like they want to be the Netflix of gaming. They want all the publishers to come under one roof and have all their content. That was like how they described it. Like wouldn't it be great if like Activision and EA and Ubisoft and all these companies you could rent from this one central thing and you pay like one fee, maybe like they have individual pricing structures. So they said no.
God, gaming
because that goes against their vision.
DirecTV.
And Microsoft, as we well know, has no vision, and the visions they did have, they all changed eventually down the road. So, like, they're just like, yeah,
I'm pretty sure
cool.
Phil Spencer has a vision now.
Yeah, Philly
Which
Spencer.
is just starting out with a year of repair work.
So Ubisoft's gonna, because Ubisoft's the only other company I think that can do this, because they have the titles and they have the content. Like Activision, they only have Call of Duty. You can't really run a subscription service just with Call of Duty. That's all they have. I mean, what else do they have?
Skylanders, Transformers.
But you can't get
Spider-Man.
Skylanders digitally, so.
Yeah, Skylanders.
I mean, I guess they could just. So for $30 a year, you can play Call of Duty Ghosts, Transformers, and Spider-Man. It doesn't really.
Call of Duty Ghosts is their only big one. Everything
well, when
else
you say
is
it that way, sign me up.
I mean, because then Destiny, they got Destiny 2, but Destiny's not a yearly game, so there's no way they would put that up. So I'm just saying, like, they don't have the amount of games that EA does, because EA's got the yearly franchises they can pump out. Ubisoft, on the other hand, they got the Assassin's Creed every year, they got the Prince of Persias, the Splinter Cells, the Rainbow Sixes, they got the digital games, like Child of Light and Valiant Hearts and stuff. They have content to do. Like, not many other companies have that, so I really don't see, like, hey, Sega or 2K, like, what's 2K? Oh, pay $30 and you can play NBA 2K14?
Nah,
and
2K,
then 10% discount for 2K15?
You're crazy. 2K has a ton of games. I mean, maybe not on Xbox One, but in general, I mean, that's BioShock, that's Evolve. They have
yeah, but I'm only talking
games.
about Xbox One because
Well, yeah, but don't they also have all the Rockstar games?
Yeah.
That's Take-Two.
Well, yeah.
But I mean,
I thought Take-Two was like the parent company of all of them or something.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
But if it's a 2K publisher thing, then they can't just include Rockstar.
Yeah, because this only includes games on Xbox One, so. I mean, yeah, it'd be a better value if like every game on the 360 was included too for those who still have a 360, but they're not. So.
Yeah.
This is just a try, but it's funny because Rogue, you said something about this being like a shot at GameStop.
Yeah.
GameStop is selling these subscriptions, right? Like Peter Moore was all happy to announce that GameStop was like, we partnered with GameStop to sell EA subscriptions. It's like, well,
It's kind of funny how GameStop is like just jumping on the bandwagon of everything. Like, oh, now we sell, digital download codes for full games.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're basically just a go-between. Like, if you don't feel like doing it straight from your computer at home or your console, you can come to the store and get it. Okay. No thanks.
Yeah. GameStop is like that guy, that vendor in Resident Evil 4 that just opens his coat. Like, what are you buying? What are you selling?
What are you selling? Well, I got this copy of FIFA 14, $5. $5? What? Well, FIFA 15's coming out. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Another big thing that happened this week was Crytek going to the shitter. It's going down.
Well, are they? I don't know. They were claiming that they had.
They shut down 2
security.
studios. What do you think?
They shut
Well, yeah,
down.
but they also claimed that they had like something that secured their future for the next few years. Like they've got.
They sold Homefront to Deep Silver, and most of the people working at Crytek UK, since they shut the studio down, moved to Deep Silver studio to finish making the game, and then they shut down their USA studio, Crytek Austin.
Yep.
So
Who
yeah.
the hell would buy them?
You really think that was just it? You don't think they're contracted for another game or something that they're just not ready to announce?
They might be. I mean, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but what are
that's
they
the
gonna?
way. That's the way.
Yeah,
it
but
keeps
what are they
talking
gonna-
the
when you
story
say,
to me
hey,
is
we're
like, we've got something we got to make here. We're financially
it's funny because they
stable
put out
for the
press.
next
Hey,
few
we're
years.
perfectly fine, and then they shut down two
Well,
studios
yeah, I mean,
with like 200
what are they gonna say
employees.
DOA? Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, we're fucking screwed. We need help, guys. I mean, they're not gonna put out a statement saying that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying the way. I don't know. It's like, because if they were, let's say Microsoft gave in and like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna give you the money to make Rise 2, but they're not ready to announce Rise 2, so they just say, oh, we're good for the next few years.
See,
But we went ahead and dropped Homefront because we need to pay everybody for the last 3 months and
See,
shit.
they went a little overboard, man. They're trying to do too much stuff. They got Rise 2 possibly, or they're dealing with Microsoft's Rise 2, Homefront. That Hunt Horrors of the Gilded Age. Did you guys see that game that was announced a while back?
Yeah, it's free to play.
Yeah, free to play co-op game. Now that's getting moved from their Austin studio back to Frankfurt. They're just doing so much stuff. All this free to play.
Well, yeah, they
nonsense.
sound like they're spread thin as fuck.
Well, they
Yeah.
had 800 employees, so.
Well, I guess that's kind of big. But I mean, how many people work
No,
on,
they have
say,
less than
Crysis? There has to be when they make a Crysis game, you'd think a good amount of that is on Crysis or Home.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have their A team and B team like everybody else, but
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't Bungie only have like 500 people? Or something?
Maybe,
Wasn't it
but-
like
but
500
Bungie-
made Destiny?
But yeah, I mean, they work on.
Well, they might
one
have more than
game.
500, but I thought like 500 made Destiny or something.
They work on one game though. I mean, it's not like Bungie has like 10 things in the works.
Well, we assume.
Well,
Hopefully
shit.
they do all right, because I need that female voice to tell me my games are achieved with CryEngine.
Achieved with CryEngine.
I loved Crysis too, man. I don't know.
Now show me some cutscenes and some QuickTime events.
Crytek needs to get their shit together. And I thought Homefront looked really good. The new one. I don't know. I thought it looked great in that E3 gameplay they had.
Even the prettiest of whores can still give you AIDS. Beware. Beware the Homefront.
Hey, I was happy it didn't have any multiplayer.
Oh, it doesn't have any multiplayer to it?
Well, who knows now? Now that Deep Silver's taken over.
You were happy like you played the first one and you're upset with the multiplayer.
But that's why I
stuff.
didn't play the first one, because I didn't want to deal with all that shit.
Yeah, but what? You were super excited for the game otherwise? Come on now.
No, not really,
Nothing
but
gets-
admittedly at
nothing gets
E3, this
DOA
one did
harder
look
than
much better
no
than the
multiplayer.
first one to me. Like, this one actually did look pretty cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it didn't look much better. Let's say you're crazy.
No, that's my point. I was like, well, this one looks much better than the last one, because you're right, the last one didn't really interest me all that much. This one looked cooler, and then they're like, no multiplayer this time. It's like a win-win.
And then DOA just creamed his pants. Like last week's podcast. Get these fucking guys out of my game.
Destiny.
On
When you
Destiny,
guys were,
yeah.
when you guys were talking about Destiny.
Speaking
it
of
cracked me up.
Destiny, I wanted to bring this up real fast before I forget.
Yes, sir. I want some Destiny talk every week.
So, there's the information that came out about the raid in the game, right? One raid called the
God.
Vault of Glass.
Yet another reason.
So this one's more styled after like the MMO raids in like World of Warcraft
Yes.
and Guild Wars and stuff, right? So
Getting excited.
they announced that it won't have matchmaking, and it's
Yep.
like it's 1 to 6 people for your fire team and stuff, and you need the 6 people, and so they asked like, well, why doesn't they asked Bungie like, well, why doesn't it have matchmaking? Is because, well, number one, it tests your skill. You have to be really good at the game, test your patience, and it tests your time commitment. So Luke Smith,
Yes.
who's like, so
I'm
he was saying, Luke Smith, who does a lot of the outreach work, community manager work for Bungie, he said this is the reason why, because the first time you play the Vault of Glass raid, it's a level 20 raid, right? It's the, like max. It's not the max, but it's the like
Yeah.
the first one you'll run into. They said the first time you'll run into it, it'll take you 5 hours to beat it.
Damn.
Yes.
5
Yes.
hours?
5 hours.
ready.
He says they felt that like
Holy
having like randoms, like not know how long something would take. So that's one of the reasons
Well,
why.
that I can see. Wait, hold on. So
He said,
that's
however,
so that's like continuous play, one
yes,
long ass mission.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Holy
It's styled
crap.
after
That's pretty
the
generous
MMOs,
as far as
like,
MMO
so,
goes.
But they said, of course, when you figure out what to do, and like there'll be clans out there going after us and putting like like strategies out on there and stuff, you could probably beat it in like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. right?
Oh my God,
Like
I
if you
can't
know what to
wait.
do. And then, but there's a level 28 version of that one that unlocks level 28 in like Nightfall Vault of Glass. That one's they said take about 7 or 8 hours because it's on like legendary difficulty.
Yes.
But it's like the true MMO, like this is like
See,
you're in it for the long haul, like 5 hours.
I was watching a lot of stuff on it. Oh, it sounds really good. They're basically saying you need to work as a team. It's not just everyone go and shoot. Like you need to really work as a team cooperatively to complete it. Or else
That's
you're
how
gonna
all those
lose.
raids go.
So DOA, how do you
games
feel
like
about a
that.
5-hour mission?
Sounds shitty. Besides, I mean, that's gonna be that'll be a pain in the ass to set up. It's like because you're gonna need all 6 people and you're gonna need them for 5 hours straight. Nobody can. It's like none of this. I gotta go to school.
Grab
I
the
gotta go
buttons,
to work.
boys.
You know, it's
That-
like
that's
shitting
not
in
that
them.
hard. We play plenty of games for 5 hours straight. Just because it's not one.
Oh,
yeah,
mission
but I mean
doesn't-
that's just one mission. I mean, how many are there? I mean,
Yeah,
is
but
it just
it's
2 in the
one.
entire game? I mean,
Just,
that's what I'm saying.
well,
I mean, doing it once, yeah, not a big deal. But if it's something you're doing like every week, or maybe even more than that, I mean, that could be a pain in the ass real quick.
What do you mean every week? Why would you need to do it every week?
Well,
There's one raid
I
deal.
thought they were putting up new ones though. Like they would
Oh,
add
yeah,
more
I'm
raids.
sure they
Well,
would
yeah,
be.
down the line they're not adding them every week. Maybe like expansion.
and there
DLC
is
type
an
stuff.
achievement for doing the raid. There's an achievement for doing a raid with 6 people in your clan, and an achievement for beating the raid with nobody dying at all ever during the whole
my
thing.
God.
Yes.
So
Wait,
now,
no.
granted, here's the thing.
Oh,
Here's
man.
the same thing with the strike. No, actually, you know what? That achievement. No, that achievement's there, I think, because there was the one for the strikes. It was like beat a strike,
I'm gonna
beat a
look
strike
it
with
up
all
right
your
now.
clan members, beat a strike without dying, and then beat a strike on hard. I think it was or something.
Yep, complete a
But-
raid without anyone in your fire team dying. Called flawless raid.
Yeah. But
Yes,
if you
my body
you
is
can
ready.
you can over level yourself. So essentially, I mean, you could over level yourself to 28 or 29, and then go back and do that level 20 raid.
Now-
Because I mean, that's how you would beat a strike. Like you would just like a level 4 strike will get to level 15, and then go back and play the level 4 strike, and you'd beat it probably single-handedly. You know?
Well, yeah, but strike or raid? Which one are you talking about?
No, there's achievements for both strikes and raids.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying, like, yeah, so nobody in your fire team dying, that's going to be a bitch. But however, if everybody in your clan over levels the 30 or 29, and then you go back and play the level 21,
Oh, yeah.
might be a little bit more
How
manageable.
Did you watch the IGN first video? The guy was using a 29 Titan.
No, I didn't watch it.
Well, he was showing he had like an exotic helmet, an exotic weapon, but I don't really understand what the over leveling does. Like, what is it actually increasing, like attribute wise? Because I mean, if you get all your skill points by the time you hit 20, unless you can't. But I mean, the skill points are just progress though, so I mean, what's actually the point of being level 29?
I don't know, maybe exotic weapons have to, maybe like you can't equip an exotic weapon to your level 27.
Oh yeah.
Does that game have like skill trees and classes and stuff? Like
Yep.
Yeah, it
RPGs
does.
normally do?
Well,
Yes.
it's kind of a basic skill tree though.
Well, yeah, and there's not a whole lot. It's 3 classes, but then each class has 2 different subclasses. At least in the beta, there might be more in the full game, but the subclasses are.
Do they
pretty
have like
different.
do they have like a version of magic, like where you have like essentially spells and whatnot?
No, not really.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, it's not that type of classic MMO where there's like a tank and a guy who stands back casting like healing
man.
stuff.
Well, a Titan is kind of the tank though.
Yeah, but I
Let
mean,
me get my healing on.
he doesn't necessarily have anything where he takes, extra damage for everyone else or anything like that. I mean, you can have really good defense as a warlock.
Well, I mean, in the strat, I mean, there's that strength, agility, speed thing.
Well, yeah, but they all have that, don't they?
Right, I know, but my Titan was always like maxed out at strength, but low on speed or agility.
Well, yeah,
so it
but
might be
I'm
other
just
ways
saying
for...
you could do that with any class, though. It's not specific to the Titan.
True. But I just thought it was weird. It's like, man, 6 hours? Whew. It's like, all right, boys, we're starting at 5. Oh, man, it's 11 o'clock already.
Well, did you
Yeah,
watch
didn't
the
even finish
video
the
kind of
mission?
showing it off? Like, the beginning was like a platforming section. Like, the
No, I
very
didn't watch it.
beginning
I kind of want to just kind of remain, like, media free. I don't really want to
Yeah, but I
myself
can't
on
help
other
it.
stuff going on.
Can't help it. Fuck,
Do
I
you
can't
die
wait
a
for
little
it.
inside every time Destiny gets brought up, DOA? Are you just in the background?
See, I originally...
I don't die, but I'm just not excited.
I originally thought legendary
really
weapons
entice
were
me
the
either.
be-all, end-all of the best weapons, but they're not. Exotic weapons are even past legendary weapons. And I told DOA, I'm like, I don't think this is probably... You're probably looking at easily over... I would imagine, what do you think, 100, 150 hours, if not 200?
Yeah,
maybe?
well, just simply for the fact of getting a full exotic set and a full legendary set, that's going to take you a while.
The full legendary set I don't think will be that... Well,
maybe
won't be that bad, but...
But man, those exotic weapons, there's a site called Destiny DB, like database, destinydb.com, where they have a bunch of guns and armor and I don't know where they got all the information. Maybe they just did a data dig on the beta or something. But there are some ridiculous exotic weapons and armor, man. Ridiculous. Like there's guns where, you know, the machine guns, like the heavy weapon. There's one where the majority of your missed shots go right back into your clip. So you're just holding the trigger, and most of your shots that miss just go right instantly back in your clip. No reload, just keep holding the trigger. There's snipers where if you're aiming down the sight, you have active camo, and if you shoot ammo on the ground, it'll just go directly into your clip. It's like you don't even have to move to run over it. You just shoot it. Like there are some ridiculous guns on there, man.
I want this game digitally. I just want to be able to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I want to play, press the button. But then they have the pre-order stuff, like the Vanguard set that if you want to get for pre-ordering. And since Microsoft is lacking in the digital department, I'm pretty sure if you buy the game digitally from Microsoft, you don't get any of that pre-order stuff, which I kind of want. So
you could maybe try and pick that up from eBay or something. I think I'm getting it digitally too.
It's just bullshit that Microsoft can't get their act together with the stuff. You know,
well,
how hard is it to have
this game?
No, well, I mean, Sony's like going all out for it, but
well, yeah,
I can't wait.
People were saying
was that Vanguard stuff exclusive to a certain retailer? Or?
No, that's like Amazon. That's that's like every pre-order thing. Amazon, like GameStop, wherever you pre-ordered it from.
People are also saying that about Titanfall DOA. They should get their act together for Titanfall pre-orders. Remember talking about having preloading and all that.
Oh, I thought we were talking about pre-order bonuses. I mean, the preloading. I mean, people want that.
I'm talking about everything that would come along with it.
Yeah, getting like digital pre-ordering, up to par, basically.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Normally I would be like, I'm just gonna buy the game on disc, but for some reason I want that game digitally, like right there, because I have a feeling like.
Well, that and they have all the weekly stuff, and you could just jump on
there.
Yeah,
be like bored, be like, you know what? I'm gonna play some Destiny matches or some shit.
Hell yeah, man! I can't wait.
So.
Oh, you kids.
Ah, shut up. Well, speaking of digital stuff, we got August Games with Gold games were announced for 360 and Xbox One. The Amazing Crimson Dragon and Strike Suit Zero for Xbox One. Hooray.
Yay.
Hey, at least it's 2 games a month now, so now there's more games.
Well, yeah, what happened to the one out, one in plan? They just got rid of that, huh?
Because Sony changed theirs for 2 games a month, so Microsoft changed theirs too.
I called that, by the way.
Wait, what was Sony's? When did they change that?
Sony was doing one PS4 and 2 PS3s and 2 PS Vitas for a while, and then right when Microsoft did their games with Gold in June or whatever it was, Sony changed theirs to 2 PS4, 2 PS3, and 2 PS Vita. So I'm assuming Microsoft just changed it to 2 to just match Sony.
Yet again, thank you Sony for keeping Microsoft on their toes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is why you need multiple, you need competition.
You need competition, man. Yeah.
Why this fanboy crap doesn't fly.
Although I did see, right after Microsoft announced their update, PlayStation immediately announced their update that would have 3D Blu-ray. Finally.
And Motocross Madness and Dishonored for 360. I don't even know what Motocross Madness is. Never heard of it.
Tomorrow. Well, the first.
They're games with a bunch of DLC.
It's a bike game. It's a biking game with your avatars, like a Motocross Madness.
Sounds terrible.
But hey, Dishonored's a pretty good game.
Avatar.
Yeah, if you haven't played Dishonored yet, that's a great game. Well, I don't know, great, but that's a good game.
And
well, definitely
DLC
better than Strike Suit
totally
Zero and Crimson
kicks you
Dragon,
in the face.
that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's worth it. Try that out if you haven't played it. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to. What do you think? Should I play Crimson Dragon or Strike Suit Zero?
You'd
Strike
probably
Suit Zero
hate
is
Strike
shorter.
Suit. You'd hate
You'd
it
hate
though.
Cr-
I was
you'd
gonna say
hate
you
both-
would hate it.
You'd
Both
hate
of them?
both
Strike
games,
Suit's
though.
so.
Ugh.
Like, Strike
Well, you would
Suit's so
definitely
short,
hate
though.
Strike Suit. Crimson Dragons. I mean, I thought it was decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent. It's got some co-op.
I think Magic would hate both of them, but that's just me.
Yeah, got some co-op. That's what they told me about Halo Spartan Assault, and then I was done in 2 hours.
Yeah, but at least this game you can play the whole game in co-op. Although
Like,
you
but like
still
this
need
Magic,
to do some
I
of it
think-
solo.
I think Transformers is better than both Crimson Dragon and fucking Strike Suit.
Oh,
Did you
man.
like Transformers Magic? I don't think I ever asked you.
I mean, it's okay. The only thing with that is I actually played the other 2 good Transformers, so this one's like, whatever.
Yeah, but you also played that shitty Dark of the Moon. I mean, surely you thought it was better than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is better than that one.
It probably doesn't help that I haven't seen the movie, and I want to see it down the line. I don't really want to see it in theaters, but so I'm not really
Yeah, you're
paying
not missing
attention.
much.
It's just I'm not really paying attention to the story at all. So
I don't think it even ties into the movie at all, does it? Besides, like, Lockdown being the villain in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Well, the
it's-
Dinobots are there. I mean, it ties in a little bit, but I don't know. It's a weird hybrid because like half of it seems like it's from the movie, and then half of it's from the cartoon.
well, yeah.
It was kinda
it
weird.
felt kind of like the way the story in Spider-Man did, where like it's kind of tied to the movie, but not really.
We'll just throw a couple of movie references in there.
Also
man.
enjoy our load times.
Because they are long, and you will love them.
And then I got on to do Escalation with Barney, and we were done in like an hour. I'm like, wait, that's it?
Yeah, it's a joke. Because I was reminiscing with Rogue. I was like, man, Rogue, remember that first Escalation one and War for Cybertron and how actually hard it was and shit? And he was like, oh yeah, the good days.
It was good.
'Cause
Did I
this
do
one-
that?
That first Escalation was
Did
hard
I do that
as
with
fuck.
you guys? Was it us 3?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
played too.
Yeah.
I remember you jumping in there with us.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
Talking about
That
the first
actually had.
Cybertron
All
one.
4 of us
Yeah.
stand in front of this fucking spawn point
Well,
and then
see,
just
that-
shoot the enemies as they run towards you.
That first one actually had like a lot of good defensive stuff where you could set up barricades. I mean, I know this one did, but this one just, I don't know, it felt just tacked on. It was actually like a little strategy
yeah.
to that first one, and it was pretty hard too once it got high up in the waves. This
Well, I
one-
would imagine this game had a short development cycle because they had to be out for the movie. I mean, maybe it would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
decent if they had had another year or two to work on it.
Well, and it wasn't High Moon. Who even developed it? I don't even know.
Edge of Reality.
Never heard of them.
That is a reality I don't want any part of.
I remember when Rand thought it was Terminal Reality. It's like from the makers of
Terminal
Ghostbusters.
Reality, Edge of Reality, what's the difference?
Edge of
Gold
Tomorrow.
jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit?
Well, all
We
I've
started.
What?
But I was just gonna ask Rand because I know he started Trials. How is it?
It's Trials, I mean...
No
more
better, no
Trials.
worse. Just more of the same.
It just is, it's like, they give you like there's like 10 tracks. One's a trick track, one's a BMX track, where you do the tricks. And I know Rogue's gonna like this. One's an extreme track.
Oh God.
2 are hard tracks, and 3 are medium tracks. So
I haven't gone back to trials.
the
after
easy
sitting
challenge,
for-
the one for being the
like
Trials
3
billionaire,
hours.
glitched on me. So that was fun.
Yes. Glitched achievements.
I know. One of the other challenges, like this one for like the weight, like you gotta get in the pit and do this thing, and it's pissing me off. Like, kind of tough, but
Saw
I mean,
a
it's
lot
just
of
more
people
of Trials.
completing it, so I figured it wasn't too hard.
well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, the people who are probably playing it all like Trials and are all good at Trials. So to them, like, beating one extreme track or whatever is like fucking cakewalk.
Well, yeah,
You know what I
Barney
mean?
said he did it in like an hour or two. If was done with the DLC.
Like, I've been pausing to hear. I mean, it's definitely easier, but I don't know. I haven't done the extreme track yet, though. We'll see.
What games you been playing, Rogue?
Well, I finished up Lego The Hobbit. What a treat that was.
At least
I
all
guess
your
it doesn't
achievements
help.
unlocked. Lucky.
Yeah. Like, I guess it doesn't help that I hate the movie real bad, so there's that adding to it. I don't know. And I'm not the biggest fan of Lego games these days.
Finally, another. I catch shit
Yeah.
for not liking Lego games. They're boring.
It's
I don't like
it's
them.
like this one's to the extreme. Like, to the point where there's just like different layers of menus, like to complete these levels. Like, oh, you need to switch to this character, but hold on, you need to pause and go to this screen to do this, and you'll need to switch to like all of them. I'm like, just give me one character that can do fucking everything.
See, that's exactly what I said on the first episode when I was talking about Lego the movie, the game, and how it's like, oh, now switch to this person who knows how to jump, and switch to this person who knows how to walk on beams, because only the blind person
Well,
can walk on beams.
They should at least let you like hotkey them. Like
Yeah,
pick like the
that'd be
four.
nice.
That would be at least a compromise if you could like pick the 4 characters you use the most and just like put them to your D-pad.
Well, sometimes it just feels like the games are really built for couch co-op. And it's like, no, I'm by myself. Can I just get one
Oh
person?
no, I hate playing co-op on that shit. Like I'll be playing it, my kids will come over and they're like Legos, and then they'll get a controller, and then I just want to murder my own children while we're playing. Like, no, you fucker, no, stop, get over here, just give me the controller. Dad's gonna do it. We're spending time together, isn't this nice?
Sit here and watch me play.
Like my 4-year-old just runs around in a corner controlling the character that I need. I'm like, I need the guy that can jump super high, and you.
I can't do it anymore, but I remember like years ago when like Mary was like 4 and Helena was younger, I would just hand him a controller with the battery pack taken out. Like, there you go, you're playing.
Nice.
You just give them a. I used to do that with my little cousin too. I just give
Yeah,
them
it's
like a
just
shitty
like they're
old-
too young to even understand. I just,
They're
here
just
you can play. I
flicking
just take the
around
battery
the
pack out
sticks.
and hand them the controller.
mashing buttons.
And then they had to go and invent controllers that have glowing things on them, and my kid figured it out. He's like, this controller isn't lit up. Damn it.
Damn you, gamer. Well, and you recently finished Murdered, right?
And then I blasted through Murdered Soul Suspect. I went into that like, oh shit, this is one of those achievement whore games, and it's gonna be terrible. But I kind of liked it.
I liked it.
That's how we all were. Yeah. Reviews all
Like, I
shit
thought-
on it.
Like I thought the story could have been better. Like I felt a bit weak. That like, oh, surprise. Well, I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Murder. That you might want to turn it off at this point and come back. You find out later on. Wait, have you guys all played it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we've played
Okay.
it.
No, I went away.
like-
I was coming back later.
Like that part where like there's that reveal at the end where like the chick's like body jumping essentially. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was a bit weak.
I
It felt
mean,
like too much of a twist.
I kind of like the fact that it was. I just kind of like the fact that I didn't know who it was. I mean, I know some people, said they figured it out or whatever, but I just wasn't thinking of that girl because basically the only time you see her.
Well,
is
she
the
didn't
first
seem
2
important.
minutes.
It's like, here's the girl
Yeah.
from the tutorial. She's
Well,
the
like
killer.
as soon as it showed her, I'm like, oh man, little creepy girl in a horror game. She's the bad guy.
Although I did like the part that you killed the one girl. Like she had possessed you,
Yeah.
and you killed the girl in the chair, drowning her and shit. I thought that was kind of a nice.
I
little
like the game. I don't know. I even didn't mind the whole like demon hunting part where they.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. Like that part gets there, I'm by myself, got the lights off, got my headphones on and whatnot, and then this swirly thing just like teleports over and screams at me. I may have peed a little.
Yeah, no, I like
But yeah, I
the kind of detective stuff. Yeah, definitely like find all the
Yeah.
clues.
Yeah, I like that concept of like having to solve your own murder. That was kind of cool. Hopefully it does well enough, or it did well enough that we'll see another one. I'd like to see one a little bit deeper.
Well, they
like
already
an
shut
RPG
down the
kind of.
studio, so.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah, but they shut down the
Of course
studio
they did.
way before the game came out, though.
Well, yeah, I
And
would
I
say
think
Airtight
you can buy
Games is
brand
gone.
new right now for $15. So
Yeah, your dream of a
so much
sequel,
for
I
that.
think, is already out. Yeah.
Because I wanted to see something like that same kind of thing, but again, like an RPG where you have, I don't know, I wanted skills and trees and stuff and different supernatural powers.
You
how
want
about
everything
gameplay?
to be an RPG.
Would you like gameplay in your game at some point?
Oh, here we go.
You liked it, Ran.
Says the
I
guy who
liked
plays
it,
every
but
Walking
but
Dead
hold
game.
on, let's say the people give fucking Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us shit because there's no gameplay in that. There was like the only gameplay in that game was those stupid demon things. Other than that, there's no gameplay. You went from fucking place to place, and it would tell you what
But it
area
was
the
a-
clues were
It was
in.
an investigation game. If you're gonna go that
Right.
route,
It was a point and click game.
no. It was
No
an
different
investigation.
than the game, But it's no different than the game I just finished playing, The Raven. It's a point-and-click adventure game.
But if you're gonna say that, then you have to say that about most of L.A. Noire and Sherlock Holmes.
Well, that had shooting. Sherlock Holmes, maybe.
I said most of L.A. Noire. I mean, you weren't always.
I was
shooting.
gonna say that was open world. You were driving. You were getting into fights and shit.
But driving's no different than walking around and.
No, Sherlock Holmes is a point and click though. I mean, it's basically.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes is a
You're
point
just
and
solving
click.
a mystery.
Murder Cell Suspect is a point and click game. Like.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I see where Rand's coming from because it's basically what it is, except rather than being on rails, you have control of where you walk to.
No,
I just don't see it any different than any of those other games.
I just think if you want to do a investigation type of game, how else would you do it? You're like, put a gun in my hand and let me shoot people, and now there's gameplay. I mean, I don't know. If it's a good investigation game, it's a good investigation game.
Well, no, I'm not saying it sucked.
I mean, Walking Dead, it's like, here, after you're done watching this cutscene, talk to this guy, and, you know, touch this radio, see what that does. Talk to this person. Look in this barn door. What does that do? Hey, there's a shovel right there. I mean, there's like nothing you do in Walking Dead.
Yeah, just like there's nothing you do in Murder Cell Suspect.
Except get side missions and help people figure out what happened, and you find shit.
But they're all just dialogue choices or going somewhere and finding something, just like in Walking Dead.
Yeah, but they had the whole like figure
The only
out,
difference is you
like put
right,
the
but I
clues
mean the only
together type of stuff, and you had to actually find the clues to be able to do that. And
right, and but I've said Walking Dead is just a simplified version of the point-and-click adventure games. It's just like for babies. Like it's for people who don't want to figure stuff out, you know. Like it's just like everything's like right there for you to do, like, you know. It's not a knock on the game because I find point-and-click games pretty good. So.
Well.
I mean, hell, The Raven, the game I just played, I thought The Raven was pretty good. It was a 3-part series game on Xbox 360. And it's straight up point and click adventure, and I thought the gameplay was a little janky, but the story was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
What was the arcade game? Red Johnson.
Red Johnson.
Yeah, that game is good too, and that's the same way. I mean, it's just investigation game, point and click, but that game was really good. Mainly because that had actually difficult puzzles. Like if you played that, no guides, no videos, and you try and figure out all the puzzles yourself, you're gonna have a tough time. There's some.
You're gonna have a bad time.
There's some hard ones on there, man.
Yeah, there's some hard. There was a couple ones in the Raven that were kind of.
Yeah, I mean they're tough.
Scratching your head.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
Magic,
Walking Dead,
I was gonna say, what do you think of Killer Instinct coming to retail?
I don't care. I've already played.
I was saying it's not much.
Even though it comes with TJ Combo, it's kind of weird though, right?
Is that like an early access TJ combo?
I have no idea.
Well, they said it was coming out right before season 2 comes out, so I'm guessing he's still going to be in season 2, right?
Oh yeah, he is. But that's why I was asking. Maybe the enticement's supposed to be here's early access to TJ combo.
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't say that, but I mean, I would hope so, because if it wasn't, then like, well, what's the point?
I mean, I guess hooray.
Other than for it to be on your shelf, Silva will be happy.
Hooray for all the people that want to rent it, or I guess collectors. I mean, but I could care less.
Well, what did you? Since I didn't really play them, since the achievements were glitching, how was the new Titanfall maps?
Oh, they're cool. There's one really nice one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a really bright city with like a beach surrounding it. That one's pretty tight.
Yeah, the only one I played was Dig Site, and then like I said, achievement didn't pop, so I was like, well, I'm done.
That one's kind of weird. It's super cluttered in the middle of that map. A lot of different levels.
Yeah, it didn't seem that great to me. It was just a bunch of mud and a bunch of shit in your way, like you said. You're basically going around a construction site, aren't you? That's what it seemed like.
Yeah. Yeah, the other map, I don't remember what the name was, but
one's called Haven. I know that.
Yeah, it was Haven. That was it. It was Haven. That one looks really nice. The other one, Export. That one's okay.
What were you gonna say? You were about to say something about Walking Dead.
I was gonna say, Comic-Con, another big thing that just happened recently, and they announced that Walking Dead season 3.
Well, I don't know. That's almost non-news. I mean, kind of figured that was coming.
Does anyone even care about Walking Dead anymore? seems like people hate it on too.
I do.
I like The Walking Dead.
Well, actually, what you should relate to this though is I know me and Rand were talking about this, is the Pinball FX2 thing about how the base game's 1,000 gamer score, but I guess that means that once these games start coming out on Xbox One, Episode 1's going to be 1,000 gamer score for like Tales of Borderlands and Game of Thrones and everything. Like just Episode 1 will be 1,000, and then the DLC will be whatever the DLC is.
Well, I mean that's not necessarily true though, because
I
they
thought
could
you
just
said
put they could just put the entire list up. Here's Episode 1 through 5, 1,000 gamer score. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true. I guess they could put it all up in advance.
But yeah, like that Pinball FX2 game, 10 achievements for the free table, 1,000 gamer score, and then every other DLC table is 1 achievement for 10 points. How do you like that, Rogue?
No thanks.
So you get 1,000 points for free, and then if you want the other 300 points, you're gonna have to spend like $100.
I thought you counted them up with me, and it was like 42.
I forget how many there were. They're
was
on
like-
the market. If you want, they're on the marketplace right now. You can go to the Xbox store. And
Yeah, I
take a look at
noticed
them
they
all.
were up, but yeah, I
Yeah, I
remember
saw
you
that
doing a
last
count,
night.
and you came to like 420 or something.
They delayed it because they wanted to give people bitched about not being able to import their tables, and then so I guess enough people bitched, so they delayed the game to implement that feature. So
Well, there's
anybody that bought all that stuff in the 360 can then have it for free on the one.
I meant to ask you this. You probably don't know, but I'll ask anyway. Why the fuck does it have a different name on Xbox or on PlayStation, depending on how you look at it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason for that, or just for the hell of it?
Zen Pinball on the PlayStation and Pinball FX2 on the.
Yeah, but they're the same game. I
Xbox.
don't understand why they have different names. Like,
Who knows?
Well, there's much better news than that from Comic-Con. Halo Nightfall. They had a trailer for that in the panel. And they announced that Halo Master Chief Collection will be keeping all the original glitches from the old games. Yes, that means I'm going to be BXRing everybody in Halo 2.
I was gonna say I don't even remember any of the glitches. So
I got BXR, where you meleeed and then shot really quick. It was like melee and then shoot in the face. Or BXB, where it was 2 quick melees. They'll probably have all the super jumps. All the stuff you could like get out of the map. Oh man. Can't wait to play that.
I didn't even watch that Nightfall trailer. Did that look cool?
I didn't watch it either.
Did you watch it, Ryan?
Nah, I don't give a shit about that.
I was saying I know Rogue's gonna say he didn't watch it. So
I don't even know what that is.
some kind of isn't it like a web series or something?
Well, yeah,
No,
I mean,
it's like digital series or something, isn't it?
it's
Well, yeah, I mean same thing.
pretty much the same thing as Forward Unto Dawn, right? I mean, same kind of.
That's what I had
Supposed-
gathered.
Oh,
It's supposed to tell like the
okay.
story of like Agent Locke, who's that new guy in Halo 5 Guardians or something.
I mean, Halo Unto Dawn or Forward Unto Dawn. I mean, I thought that was really good, so I'll probably check out
Forward.
Halo Nightfall.
Forward unto boredom.
Well, I mean, if you buy the Master Chief collection, it comes with Nightfall. So
There you go. I'll probably be buying Master Chief Collection. So.
Here's hoping it's better than the Sci-Fi Channel-esque feel that the first one had.
I think I tried to watch Fort Undawn once and I got bored in
Yeah,
10
I made it
minutes
like
and just
15
turned it off.
minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes and I fell asleep and I woke up later. I'm like, oh, this is still happening.
Well, I watched it.
Out of-
They came out in like little short episodes, or like 15 minutes a piece. So I watched it as they're coming out. I didn't watch like the whole hour straight.
Okay, that might have been a better way to do it.
Do you remember like years ago when they did like some anime collection for
Yeah.
Halo? I tried to watch that too, and I couldn't get through that either. I think I made it through about 10 minutes of that. I was like, this is awful. I turned it off. Maybe it's a good thing that movie didn't get made.
Well, also game news. Shadow of Mordor release date was pushed up a week to September 30th now.
I thought it was only like a few days.
No, it's a few days for UK. Theirs is a little farther ahead, but it was a week for us.
God, I really want that to be good. I want to like it.
Well, did you see the new? They have a new trailer out for it, but the story trailer about the Wraith that is tied to the
I watched it.
main story.
Can't believe Gollum's in the movie or in the game.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Gollum's in
Oh,
the
that
game,
makes me a little
and
less
then
happy.
but the guy you play as, he's being controlled by a Wraith, or I guess he's working with a wraith, and so that's how you have all the ghost kind of powers you do. And they were saying
to find some way to explain it, because the wraiths work for the bad guys.
No. They explained it all. I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't say this is spoilers because they showed it all in the trailers. So I mean, if they're showing the trailer, but the wraith that you're working with is Celebrimbor, I think is how you pronounce his name. Know who that is, Rogue?
It sounds familiar, but it's...
I guess he's not even in the original books. He's in like a history.
Oh, probably that unfinished tales or whatever, that the stuff he half finished before he died.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be the elf who originally helped create the Rings of Power.
He forged.
Oh,
he
okay.
actually forged all the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sauron tricked him into forging it for him.
Yep.
So there's like flashbacks of like him and like Sauron talking and stuff, and like
Yeah,
they
and
were
like,
younger and still alive.
and a Sauron who looks like a human because he, like, to other people they saw him as like some sexy guy, and it was just like a mask. It sounds really good. That's one of those games where the lore is so deep in Lord of the Rings, I could really get into that game. And it seems like they're including.
You should try reading through the trilogy.
I don't know. I
It's
can't
real
even
hard.
read.
It's
Let's
real
not
hard to
talk
get
crazy,
through
Rogue.
Tolkien.
Come on now,
I
calm
can't
down.
even read through Game of Thrones and
What?
or Dune.
Come on, man.
Or Dune. I have sitting here.
Dune, I can give you a break on. That gets a little weird. The first one's all right, but the other, like,
Well, yeah, I'm talking about
20,000
the
Dune
first
books?
one. No, I would just read the first original one. But yeah, I mean, if I can't get through Game of Thrones, which I love, then I'm not gonna be able to get through Lord of the Rings. Well, also, speaking of Game of Thrones, the actor who plays Arya, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, Mace
Mace Williams.
Yeah, is in talks for the role of Ellie in the so-called Last of Us movie.
Why is it so cold?
Because every big video game, they try to make seem like there's going to be a movie for it, and the movie never gets made. Where's our Halo movie? Where's our Gears movie?
It would make for a good movie. Like, that story was solid.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. And she would play a really good Ellie too.
I mean, I would like to see what's her name, but they won't do it because then that'll be them admitting, yeah, we kind of modeled Ellie after you. I'm blanking on the girl's
No,
name now.
Ellen Page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellen Page.
Well, they changed her character model. If you go look, like they really
yeah,
changed what she originally looked like.
That's because that Beyond Two Souls game where it was actually Ellen Page, and they're like, all right, shit, we got to get our fake Ellen Page out of here.
What a clusterfuck that game was. Holy shit.
You didn't like it?
It had promise and it started good and then it completely fell apart about like a halfway in.
There's actually IGN saying that it's gonna get a remastered edition for PS4.
Yeah, I saw that.
Here's hoping they remaster the fun into it.
So is that what PlayStation just calling all their remakes now? Remastered?
Yeah, it's the new buzz term. Instead of HD, now it's remastered.
Well, you can't have it called HD because those games were in HD, so it's like now it's remastered.
Well, yeah, I just meant last generation. It was like the Metal Gear Solid HD collection and so on and so forth.
Well, it makes
But now
sense,
it's all
because,
like the remastered.
What do you think Halo or Xbox, what are they going to start calling their stuff?
Well, I mean, they've got the Master
they
Chief
have any that they're
collection,
gonna
so,
do
I mean,
besides
they'll probably
fucking-
just use collection, like Gears.
I don't
of War,
really
the
think.
COG
I mean,
collection or
what
something.
else? What else are they gonna do? Gears of War collection? A Fable collection? I mean, shit, you might as well don't even bother making a Fable collection. Right? I mean, what else? I mean, seriously, a Crackdown collection? Well, don't even bother including Crackdown 2. Right? I mean,
love
seriously, how many games of theirs could they do? You got Halo and you got Gears, and that's seriously about it.
Hey, I like Crackdown too.
The Dead or
I guess you
Alive
could do
collection.
I guess you could do a
Where that's
Forza
at.
collection, but get rid of Forza 2, 3, 4, and 5, and just give Forza
You
Horizon
can't
if
do
you
a
want
Forza
actually good games.
collection.
You don't have to do it doesn't have to be a big series. Last of Us is one game that they're remastering. It doesn't have to be 10 games from a series.
Yeah, but also Last of Us outside, it was like one of their best sellers ever, so it only
No, I
makes
know.
sense to like
I'm just
do
saying
it again.
it doesn't have to be a big series. Like you have to get 5 sequels and bring all of them.
I love this new generation trend where they're just selling us the same games multiple times. Makes me happy.
The only one I'd really like to see would be the like a BioShock trilogy.
Well, 2K was teasing something on Facebook. There is that the BioShock Infinite, BioShock 2 collection is heavily rumored, along with the Mass Effect collection and
I don't know.
those
I
two,
kind
I
of
would
agree.
think
I'm
will
not that
happen.
excited for most of these collections. I think they're going a bit overboard with it. I mean, the Halo one's cool, and I wouldn't mind the BioShock one, but I mean, I like Metro, but we really didn't need a Metro Redux. I mean, I'll probably play it just because there's nothing else to play, but.
Yeah, what else are we gonna play on August 26th?
Well, yeah, but that's
Diablo.
that's more of me playing it because
Diablo.
of a lack of options,
Diablo's
not
on
because
the
I'm
19th.
excited for it.
Rogue, they announced that Blizzard announced this week that you can cross-transfer your saves to, so you can transfer your save, not only your character but your actual save from the 360 to either the PS4 or the Xbox One. So.
Although I kind of want to go into it from scratch again, because I have a huge boner.
Well,
for
you're gonna
that-
have to
that
because
series.
if you look at the achievements, you gotta get one character level 70 hardcore and 6 characters level 70. So.
Yeah, hardcore mode's not a big deal at all. Like, there's builds out there online where you can make characters that just steamroll through that thing.
It's gonna be August is gonna be a tough month waiting for Destiny to come out.
Yep. I can't wait to play Diablo. I played the original Diablo, but I didn't play 2.
So you are playing it? I will have someone to play with.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna play it.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely playing it.
I don't think
That was the reason why I didn't play it when it came out last year on the 360, because I'm like, it's coming out next gen. I'm gonna play it there.
Well, we do get Call of Duty DLC next week, so
That is
have
true.
that to keep us busy for
Yeah,
at
but-
least a
Oh,
day
God.
or two.
More of
I
that.
would say more like a day, one night, pretty much.
Well,
Really?
so
You
the
think it'll be
question
that
is,
They
easy?
don't force you to play through it 4 times. That was a bit much.
Will
That's
will
true,
my
I forgot
achievement
about that.
unlock by then? That's the big question.
No, they.
'Cause I really don't want to be stuck
not
with
gonna
like,
happen.
hey, you have all the achievements in Call of Duty, DLC's over, but you got that one glitch achievement still. Congratulations.
Congratulations on your 1970.
The only thing that's gonna take a while is the relic, but if we can do it with everyone having like some easy relic, it won't be bad. Well, so go ahead and spill the beans, Honesty Away. What'd you think about Guardians?
hmm
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder if it's the
spoilers.
greatest
Um,
Marvel movie
well, yeah,
of all
No,
time.
I'm not
spoilers.
gonna spoil it.
This is no
Oh, and Rand,
spoilers
don't
for-
spoil the post credits. Even though
Because I'm
Rogue
going to
knows what
watch
it
it
is.
in like
This-
15, 20
Yeah,
minutes.
this is no spoilers for anyone because we're all gonna go see it, and DOA's the only one who's seen it so far.
Yeah, no, it's good, but I would say it kind of didn't live up to the hype. Like, it's good, but not as good as I thought it would be.
Oh, you mean those initial first impressions of all the fanboys didn't exactly turn out to be 100% accurate?
No, like, I remember a friend of Sam saw it early, and they were talking about, like, Drax steals the show. I didn't think Drax stole the show at all, you know. I don't know. Like I said, I can't talk about it
Batista?
too much because you all want to go see it. Yeah,
I saw
Batista.
something saying the Rocket Raccoon stole the show.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I don't know who was
Will
saying
Arnett is the
Drax stole the
raccoon.
show because I thought Rocket and Groot are by far the best. But I mean, it's good, but I'd say it's more like an 8. I was hoping
Where
it
would
be
you
better
put
than
it
an 8.
in comparison
Yeah,
to
where
the
does it-
other
where does it
Marvel
stack?
movies?
I like Winter Soldier better. Winter Soldier and Avengers are probably,
I
and the
still haven't
original
seen
Iron Man
Winter
are probably
Soldier.
still the 3 best.
I need to watch Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you do. It's really good.
Winter Soldier actually might be the best. I need to watch it again, I think, because I've only seen it once before I would officially say that, but I'm inclined to say Winter Soldier is probably the best one of all of them.
Really?
Well, like I said, I need to
Avengers.
watch it
That's my
again
number
because a
one.
lot of times you get more on a second viewing. But I mean, I really liked Winter Soldier, so yeah, this is not as good as that. Like I said, this was more like an 8. I was hoping for like a 9 or a 9.5. I knew it wouldn't be a 10, but I was hoping for like a 9 or 9.5. It was a little. I had some nitpicky issues with it, but you know how I am.
Yes.
You gotta be
nitpick
such a
everything.
snob.
Well, a lot of the
hand
people
job,
in the movie
While
are.
it feels amazing, it's not quite as good as the hand jobs that I'm used to.
Well, a lot of people that are in the trailer really aren't in the movie that much. I mean, obviously the 5 main people are, but like Benicio del Toro was in that movie for like 5 minutes. You know?
But yeah, he's the collector. He's gonna play a bigger part in the when they get into that Thanos storyline more.
Well, also,
Yeah. No, I mean, I recommend it, but you know, don't expect revolutionary. I definitely don't think it deserves like the 93 it has on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
It's probably no Lucy, but then again, what is?
Oh Jesus! Oh yeah, I saw Hercules, by the way, Rogue. I kind of didn't like it.
What? What's wrong with you? Go back and watch it again.
No, I wasn't digging that. Nope.
Rock didn't do for you, do it?
I mean, I like The Rock, but I mean,
you didn't like a Hercules movie without any action?
No, it had plenty of action. It just didn't have any.
It had tons of action.
No, what it didn't have was all the, fantasy elements. Like that was all
what I liked
a
the
lie
most
in the
about
trailer. Well, I don't mind. That wasn't really what bothered me. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to spoil the shit out of it, but I just thought the problem is Brett Ratner. Let's just throw it at that.
Oh yeah.
Like
but
he had a
as
few
Brett
good
Ratner
movies
goes,
at the start of his career.
I was like, wow, he can make a movie that doesn't suck ass.
I thought he was alright in the beginning of his career, like the first couple of Rush Hours and Red Dragon. Like I thought all those were pretty good, and then he just kind of fell off. As soon as X-Men happened, it was.
Oh God.
He just hasn't done anything good since he did X-Men in like 2006.
Well, okay, what are you guys all more excited for? Batman vs Superman or Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Avengers.
Not even a contest for me.
Rand? Hold on, Rand. What do you say?
Well, you know what he's
I don't know.
Say.
I really don't have any faith in Zack Snyder, so. But that's not to say I'm looking forward to Avengers
Man of
either,
Steel,
so.
didn't you?
I did, but this movie, that was just Man of Steel focused, or Superman focused. This one's got Batman and Alfred and Wonder Woman and fucking Shazam and fucking Aquaman and fucking
Shazam.
Nightwing and fucking Robin and.
Well, don't forget Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor.
And Lex Luthor and Metallo or whoever else.
Wait.
This movie's
Shazam?
way too loaded.
It has Shazam.
Yeah, they're doing a Shazam movie.
I don't know if he's going to be in Batman v Superman. There has been talk that The Rock is going to play Shazam, but I don't think he's actually going to.
So I mean, I don't know. I have no idea if the movie's going to be good. Like, I mean, I want to say it, but like, how's Ben Affleck as Batman? Don't know.
Well, see, I really liked Man of Steel, and I'm not super high on the first Avengers, but I don't know. I do think Avengers looks better. And I don't like Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't like that.
Hey,
No,
don't
I
speak
do.
ill on the Batfleck.
Get your butt chin
I'm fine
out of
with
here.
Batfleck.
Get your
Did
butt
you
chin
watch the
out of here.
20-second trailer?
Yeah.
I know Rand did.
Yeah, it looked good.
I mean, it tells you nothing, but it looked cool. Him in his like Superman Buster outfit.
Well,
and
they
the white
also-
eyes.
Well, I mean,
Looked pretty badass.
They also showed Thanos from Age of Ultron, and they showed Ultron, and I don't know, they both look pretty badass.
Well, Thanos is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
man,
you're right.
I just
No,
came
that's
a little.
no,
I
you're
just
right. You're
came
right.
a little.
That's where I was thinking of.
Yeah, and you really see him this time instead of just like the corner of his chin and his eye glowing. Like,
Because he's my favorite character out of anything.
favorite character or favorite villain?
No, favorite character. Period. He's way cooler than all of the heroes. It makes me sad when they have to beat him.
Well, this is all. They're just gonna keep teasing him until Avengers 3 when he's finally the full-on bad guy. Like a little bit in Guardians. I'm sure he'll be in Avengers 2 a little bit. Maybe even a little bit in Guardians 2. So you got a while before Josh Brolin gets to finally.
Is there anyone else that they're
cut
throwing in
loose.
for Avengers, or is it just the same old crew?
Well, no, I mean Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Oh right. Who
I was
I've
gonna say
never heard
they're
of
both
either.
in it.
Well,
Never
if
heard
they
of
end
either
up
one of
calling
those.
him, because if they get the rights worked out, they might
No, they do.
generic
They're allowed
name.
to call them that.
they just
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
call
Okay.
them mutants.
Quicksilver
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
same
it.
guy
And
from
they can't be
X-Men,
referred
right?
to as Magneto's kids either.
What
I
a
don't
weird
think.
stipulation.
Quicksilver was the same guy from that X-Men, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but this is like a
One of
different
the
version of
coolest scenes.
Quicksilver. It's like same character but not the same character because like that's Quicksilver X-Men universe and this is Quicksilver Avengers universe where he's not a mutant and not the son of Magneto.
You gotta love.
No, he
confusing
is. They just can't
universes.
say he is.
Yeah, they gotta.
Well, I
get
just
that
meant,
shit
I mean,
worked out.
in this version he's not.
And this
I mean, in the
version,
comic
he is.
books he is.
Right, but in the Avengers movie, he is the son of Magneto. He is a mutant. They just can't say he's a son of Magneto, and they can't say he's a mutant. That's why they say they're miracles. So he's still the same. He's still the same exact character with the same exact backstory.
They
and the
say
same
they're
exact powers.
miracles?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because they can't. Because Fox has the rights to the mutants and Magneto and stuff. So
Yeah,
they're
but I
still
mean,
the same exact character.
Fox is not giving up X-Men ever.
Oh no, not.
You know what I
especially
mean?
now
So
that
it's like,
this last
for all
one
intents
made
and
him a shit ton
purposes,
of money.
in the Marvel Studio universe, they're not mutants and they're not the son of Magneto. I mean, you might be able to say technically they are, but I mean, unless they get the X-Men rights back, which they probably never will, or if they do, it'll be like 30 years from now. You know, then they might as well just not be.
Well, I mean, they called them miracles at the end of fucking Captain America.
Well, that's fine, but I'm saying they're never going to talk.
the,
They're never going to use the term mutant, like you said. And they're never.
Doesn't matter. They don't have to say they're mutants. They just know they are. And I mean, yeah, we'll know that he's the son of Magneto and he's a mutant and stuff. But doesn't matter if nobody else knows. It's just the way it is.
And then obviously, Ultron's the villain, which is James Spader, apparently.
I don't know. I think once Star Wars starts turning cash for Disney, they'll throw a giant check at Fox, and then they'll own the rights again.
I don't know. That would have to be one hell of a check. I mean, the last one did like what, 700 million worldwide.
I had to look it up to make sure, but James Spader.
I mean,
yes.
Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion. I didn't never think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
I know, but
making
Star
money
Wars.
off of that
I mean,
purchase,
they'd probably have to give Fox at least $2 billion for X-Men. I mean, is X-Men? You really think it's worth $2 billion for them after they spent $4 billion on Marvel and $4 billion on Star Wars? I mean, do they really need X-Men? It seems like their plate is full, so to speak.
They're not gonna do it right this second. They'll eventually end up with it, though. They'll get it back. Once once what's his name does the Star Wars.
I mean, hell, Fox isn't even giving up Fantastic Four.
Well, they can keep that piece of shit.
Yep, I do not care for Fantastic Four.
I don't know. They got that reboot
fantastic
coming
about
next
that.
year, and it sounds awful.
Those characters just don't interest me. But, you know, I said the same thing about X-Men, and Days of Future Past was really good, so,
Well, thanks for having me on. I gotta head out, go watch some Guardians.
Alright.
Let me know what you think.
Yep. Later,
crap.
We'll be
Later
back
on.
next week with Barney as our guest, right?
Think so.
AKA Bond. James Bond.
How's that? Nobody calls him that. Just wait till we have Sam on.
He'll be like, call me Trey. Like, fuck you, Sam.
Yeah.